Okay, this is my fourth video. I have lots of reaction today. Just posting these videos I started to get thoughts every it's more than usual. Before I started doing this video, I was doing my breathing and I didn't have that much thoughts, and then now when I started doing videos, it's like I'm getting all these thoughts more than before. It's like most of them is, what should I talk about in my video? It's like your mind, it's future projection basically. It's like thinking about what I'm going to talk about, like what cool stuff should I talk about. That's basically what goes in my mind, like what and then when something happens, when I'm not in video, I start thinking about it. Should I talk about this? Should I talk about this one? And then it just goes on and on. So that's what I notice with doing videos, is mostly like ideas, thoughts pop up on what I should talk about, and then reactions to how beings, like how are people perceiving, what are they thinking about my video, thoughts like that. That's mostly what I've been getting, is about how or what people are thinking about my video. And it's much harder to breathe now that I'm doing these videos. It's like I can't even breathe. It was easy breathing, now it's like just thoughts popping up, twitches everywhere. And it's the same thing today. And I also had another reaction today. Like, I did some work last night where I had to change. I do website design, so they gave me a instruction on changing some email address to hide the emails from spams. So they gave me this codes that I should put so that the spam bots can't retrieve the emails for spamming. And so they gave me this email, so I took that code and put it in, but I don't really know what it's supposed to do. So I sent it, I finished it, and then today, this morning, my friend that I work for is like, I don't really know what is so hard to understand. And I have a reaction to that when people, when I make a mistake. That is also one of the things why I have this fear of being in the spotlight, because of the mistakes, where people getting angry. and I have a reaction to the anger of people, because I have experienced that often. Like people just, they become angry right away. And also from my parents, I experienced that from my dad especially. And also when I was a kid, you make a mistake, and instead of teaching you, that and how it's supposed to be, I end up getting spanked for it. Like people yelling, like that's what I face. Like people just, they just get angry, or they want to fight. So that's kind of like one of the things where I fear speaking up in like public setting, in a spotlight, where I guess I'm assuming that this, those people in the counter will also be angry at me, and then they'll yell at me. And then they'll see, before my dad punched me, like for just not listening to him. They want me to do stuff, I don't listen to them. And he has a temper. So when I was maybe like in high school, he punched my shoulder, and he's very, he gets very angry. He is like, when he becomes angry, he just turns to this, it's like a demon, anger demon. It's kind, and I've seen it when I was younger, and it's like scary. So that fear, I guess, from that, I still kind of project it to other beings, especially like when having to do things, because when you make a mistake, I see that being might get angry at me, or hurt me, or be violent. Because one time, I would just say what I want to say to people. Like one time I was in Georgia, and there was this guy who just came back from the Marines. He's like 18. I was maybe 21 then, and it was like late at night, and he wanted to go out to his friends. But his friends, they're like all, they smoke drugs, and he's like bored, and I'm the only one who can take him there, because I had the car. He didn't have a car, he didn't have anything, and he was just staying with us, because David, my friend, is helping him. So he was like asking me to go out, and I was annoyed. So I told him, why don't you go and do it yourself? You're a Marine, you can do it. And he got pissed. Like I was sitting on the computer, he pushed me off, and I think he was also drunk, because he just drinks. So then he started trying to start a fight. I just stood there, looked at him. Yeah, that's like, I get that often when like, even at work, I just ask people, do you have work for me today? And then I do it again, do you have work for me? I do it again, do you have work for me? And then after that, they get annoyed, they have like this reaction, and they would just yell. So that's my video for today.